All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Tattooed Reactions video. Hope you're all doing awesome today. Now, this video, I actually stumbled across it on TikTok. And it's a video that was a reaction done by a non-Christian who was reacting to a pastor. And normally when I see something like this, I just quickly keep on scrolling, but I happened to watch it, and this dude had every right to say what he said about this particular pastor. I don't understand how these kind of churches still exist today, and to be honest, I just wanted to give this preacher a shot. Check it out.
Just got voted the most racist pastor in America. And as you're about to see, that is well deserved.
Why is it so many black basketball stars, black football stars, black baseball stars want a white wife? Why? Lord have mercy. It's another defiance of God's law. It is a worldly way. And then it creeps over into the message. Tell me what's the difference in preaching against bobbed hair, painted face, shorts, all this, that, and other, being worldly, and we let this worldly means come right in, and we're afraid to say one thing about it. And let me tell you right up front, any of you young people, you want to marry a black man, you girls, don't ask me to do it, because I will not. I refuse. I cannot do it with a conscience toward God and look these quotes in the face. You white brothers, you find a black sister, you want to marry an African or whatever more, don't ask Brother Donnie. I'll quit church, suit yourself. I'd rather you quit than me get in trouble with God.
So this is a perfect example of what happens when someone doesn't know how to read the Bible properly. When someone takes the scriptures, doesn't understand context, doesn't understand the cultural, societal systems of the day, where they're just taking their own presuppositions, taking their own ideas, their own innate feelings, and interjecting them into the text. This is why the Bible, for centuries, has been used as a weapon, has been used as a means of putting people into slavery, into bondage, by misquoting it, misinterpreting it. This is why a lot of critics of the Bible want nothing to do with God, want nothing to do with Christianity, because of this guy right here. And I don't understand for the life of me how he's a pastor of a church and how he has an actual congregation where people are there listening to this guy and agreeing with him. The Bible doesn't speak about God forbidding interracial marriage. What the Bible talks about is intermarrying with pagan nations. Because in the Old Testament especially, God told Israel to stay away because they were set apart from all the pagan nations around them. Because if they didn't, they would ultimately be led into idolatry, because that was the culture of the day. See, in that culture, if you married someone of a different religion, a different worldview, with a different set of gods that you worship, a god or gods, then when the husband and the wife came together, all the gods came with you. So if the wife worshiped 3 gods and the husband worshiped 5 gods, they come together, then both of them now worship 8 gods. It's what you did. That was the culture. So God said, don't intermarry with the pagan nations, because they're going to lead you into idolatry. And that's just exactly what happened. When Israel began to intermarry with the pagan nations, they fell into idolatry. That's why God said that. Don't do that. Don't intermarry into different nations. It has nothing to do with race, ethnicity. And now when you fast forward to our culture today, this is not the world that we live in. Yes, there are lots of other religions. There are lots of other worldviews and perspectives, but this is not the culture. Typically, you don't see a Christian marry a Hindu. It just doesn't happen anymore. Not that it can't happen, but that it just doesn't make any logical sense because there's two conflicting worldviews there. But God doesn't, it's not like this culturally accepted practice like it was back then, where you had people from every nation marrying everyone from every nation. But again, it has nothing to do with race. And so this guy, misquoting scripture, misinterpreting scripture, pulling out some racist nonsense. Like, he needs a shot in the head. Nowhere does it say interracial marriage is worldly in the way he's describing it. Nowhere. He's just a jacked up, racist dude who has no idea what he's talking about and needs to be shut up. And so I see that, and like I get it. I get why unbelievers, non-Christians look at that and they're like, I want nothing to do with that. I want nothing to do with that. It's garbage. Misrepresenting the Bible, misrepresenting God, misrepresenting Christians. If you're a Christian and you're watching this and you think that way, I would check your salvation, because that is not Christianity. That's demonic. And if you're watching this and you've been hurt by someone like that doesn't represent all Christians. And if you're watching this and you are in an interracial marriage, that's amazing. Like, God's cool with that. What God isn't necessarily cool with is becoming one with someone of a different worldview, because that can pose problems. You have a Christian and you have a Hindu come together. Well, how are you going to raise your kids? Because the Christian worldview is there's only one God, the God of the Bible. That's it. You worship him and him alone. There's no room for, I think in Hinduism, there's thousands of gods. So that's what God warns against, because it can pose problems. It can seek to weaken your faith in your relationship with him, like we see in the Bible numerous occasions, but has nothing to do with race or ethnicity. So don't listen to this guy the Yahoo, has no idea what he's talking about, twisting the scriptures, boils my blood. These guys need to not be able to stand behind pulpit. Well, that's it for this edition of Tattooed Reactions. Feel free to leave comments, questions in the description below. Have an awesome rest of your day or evening, and we'll see you in the next video. Much love. God bless.